What's with your boy Vaughn of the reaction? And in today's video, we have the New Orleans Saints just became exactly what the NFL feared by fanatic field. Time to talk about my Saints, my nigga. Bro, we in Super Bowl contention, my nigga. I hope y'all know that. We only need a couple more pieces, bro, and it's up. I'm telling you. Draft Caleb Downs, bro, and get Chris Bale, bro.
And Saints just pulled off
I ain't gonna lie, we do need another wide receiver. I ain't gonna lie.
Something that nobody in the NFL saw coming. In the span of roughly 48 hours, this front office went from a team full of question marks to one of the most talked about rosters in the entire league. Mickey Loomis woke up, decided he was done.
Yeah, niggas talking about Caleb Downs. I heard that nigga got a meniscus ACL injury, bitch. I don't care if it's ACL falling off the bone. Draft that nigga. I don't care.
Done being
He could
patient
get surgery.
and started swinging. A new weapon in the backfield, a proven wall on the offensive line, a pass-catching option that changes the entire playbook, a defensive replacement for a future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, Mickey Loomis, you finally woke up, my nigga.
And a special teams flip so clever it actually made the Saints money in draft capital. Tyler Shuck took to social media the moment the news broke. All caps. 2 words. Yes, sir. Because the young quarterback knows exactly what just happened. The front office just handed
I can't stand this fucking AI voice. You an AI voice.
him everything he needs to take year 2 under Kellen Moore and turn it into something dangerous. This is not the same Saints team that limped through parts of last season. This is not the roster that had holes at running back, at guard, at linebacker, and at punter, all at the same.
We could take another linebacker. I ain't gonna lie. That linebacker coach, I think we could take like one more linebacker. We just need depth, like
time. Every single one of those problems got addressed. Not with bargain bin pickups or short-term patches.
Yeah, we did get pickups from linebackers though. Caden Ellis, I think that boy name is, from Atlanta. He was already here. He got drafted here.
But with real investments, multi-year deals, guys who have played over 1,000 snaps in a single season.
But that I really wanted Jeremiah Love though. I ain't gonna lie. Where is he going now? Like Chiefs got a running back. Like that's crazy.
Guys who have put up triple-digit tackle numbers 3 years in a row. Guys who came home to Louisiana because they believe in what this coaching staff is building. And the part that should genuinely scare the rest of the NFC South is that the Saints still have cap space left. They still have restructures available. They still have the 8th overall pick in the draft. This offseason is not close to finished. So in this video, we are going to break down every single move the Saints.
Oh my gosh, I missed NFL already. We about to dominate the NFC. I don't give no fuck about no Rams. I ain't gonna lie, the Giants look scary as fuck, but we just spanked them too.
Made. The signings, the trade, the contract restructures, the ripple effects on the roster, and the one question about a franchise legend that nobody wants to answer, but everybody is thinking about. By the time we are done, you will understand why people around the league are calling New Orleans the biggest winner of the entire 2026 offseason. And it all starts with the move that Tyler Shuck celebrated the loudest, the one that changed the entire foundation of this offense from the inside out. But before we get into that, hit that like and subscribe button for more Saints and all the NFL content. Let's aim for 500 likes on this video. David Edwards did not just sign a contract with the New Orleans Saints. He changed the entire identity of this offense. 4 years, $61 million, and not a single void year in the deal, which tells you the front office is not playing short-term games anymore. This is a real commitment to a real player. Edwards spent the last 3 seasons in Buffalo, where he became one of the most consistent guards in football. Only 2.
Yeah, but we don't need no more O-linemen. I was tired of us drafting O-linemen. I ain't gonna lie, we do gotta get rid of that nigga Cesar. That nigga Cesar Ruiz suck, I ain't gonna lie.
Sacks allowed.
We can't get rid of that nigga.
3 penalties. Over 1,000 snaps. Those are not flashy numbers, but they are the kind of numbers that keep your quarterback upright and your running backs finding holes. Now picture this starting 5. Kelvin
Ooh, I can't wait to play them Giants. Ooh, them Giants fans was talking crazy, bro. I can't wait to play them niggas.
Banks at left tackle. David Edwards at left guard. Eric McCoy at center. Cesar Ruiz at right guard. Taliese Fuaga at right tackle. Compare that to last season when Trevor Penning and a rotating cast of fill-ins were trying
Yeah,
to
that nigga Trevor Penning was ass.
hold things together on the interior. Left guard has been a revolving door of short-term deals for years in New Orleans. That problem is solved. Rui still has his question marks, and the Saints might address depth behind McCoy before the draft. But this unit right now looks like a group that can actually create a real pocket and open real running lanes. The biggest winner in all of this is Tyler Shuck. A young quarterback does not develop when he is running for his life every other snap. He develops when he has time, when he trusts the guys in front of him, when he can actually go through his reads and let Kellen Moore's system breathe. Edwards gives him that. But a better offensive line only tells half the story, because the Saints also went out and got the most explosive backfield addition in the entire free agent class. Travis Etienne had options. Jacksonville wanted to keep him. Denver came calling. Other teams were in the mix. But when it came down to it, the man chose home. 4 years, $52 million. Back to Louisiana, where it all started. He went to Jennings High School, played his college ball at Clemson, and now at 27 years old, he is lacing up for the black and gold. That is not just a football signing. That is a story. And the production backs it up. Over 1,100 rushing yards last season on 260 carries. 7 touchdowns on the ground. 6 through the air. 13 total scores, which was a career high. He crossed the 1,000-yard mark in 2023 and 2022 as well, with over 1,400 total yards from scrimmage across multiple seasons.
So I think we might cut Kamara. Ain't gonna trade him.
This is a player who catches the ball out of the backfield, who hits the hole with speed, and who finds the end zone when it matters.
I'd rather us we go with Travis Etienne and what his name? Devin Neal combo. Travis Etienne and Devin Neal combo.
The contract makes him the 7th highest paid running back in the league by average annual value. Some people will say it is a slight overpay, especially when you compare it to what Kenneth Walker got from the Kansas City Chiefs. But the same.
What Kenneth Walker got? Hold on. What he got? The burp. I was not watching the burp peanut, y'all. I was doing a reaction, my nigga. Alright. 3 year, 43 million.
Saints are not paying for what ETN did somewhere else. They are paying for what he is going to do behind that brand new offensive line with Kellen Moore calling the plays. Think about what Moore did with the rushing attack in Philadelphia. Now hand him a back like ETN, who can be a true every down weapon, a runner, a receiver, a safety blanket for Tyler Shuck on third downs when the pocket gets tight. This move says one thing loud and clear. Travis Etienne is the RB1 in New Orleans. But that declaration does not come without consequences, because there is a franchise icon whose role just got a whole lot smaller. Nobody talks about punters in free agency. Nobody makes videos about them.
Punter is important, my nigga. He is.
But what the Saints just did at this position might be the smartest move of their entire offseason. First, they signed Ryan Wright to a 4-year, $14 million deal with $8 million guaranteed. Then, the very next day, they flipped Kai Kroger to the Houston Texans and turned a 2028 7th-round pick into a 2028 6th-round pick. Read that again. They upgraded the position and gained draft capital from a player they were going to cut anyway. That is not just good roster management. That is a masterclass from Mickey Loomis. Now look at what Wright actually did.
I still don't want to get this nigga Mickey Loomis too much credit. I don't know.
Did last season.
I can't forget about them years where we had fucking Ian Book as a quarterback
with the Minnesota Vikings.
Like fucking 2023 and shit, and Derek Carr years.
30 punts pinned inside the 20, which ranked 6th in the entire NFL. A net average of 44.5 yards. Good for 3rd among all punters. His longest punt went 77 yards, the best in the league. He averaged 49 yards per attempt overall. The Saints had not had a punter average better than 48 yards in a single season since Thomas Morstead back in 2016. That drought is officially over. And if you think punters do not matter, think about how many times last season.
Now look at that Seahawks punter. Punters matter game. That Seahawks punter, I reacted to a video. I watched a video about that Seahawks punter, my nigga.
The Saints gave
that
their
Seahawks punter was stupid.
Opponents a short field because of bad punts. Think about how many drives started backed up near their own end zone because the opposing punter was better. Special teams was the weakest phase of the entire team in 2025. Phil Galliano knew changes had to happen, and he went out and got one of the best punters available. Field position wins games that never show up in highlight reels. The Saints fixed a problem most fans do not even think about. But what fans are thinking about is the defense, because the Saints just lost a leader and had to find someone to fill shoes that most people thought were impossible to fill. Demario Davis is gone. 2 years, $22 million, $15 million guaranteed with the New York Jets. That one stings.
Going back where he got drafted at.
He was the heartbeat of this defense for years, and losing him left a massive void in the middle of the field. But here is where
Bruh, I think the Giants gonna take Sonny Styles. I don't think Sonny Styles gonna fall to us, but I would love to take Sonny Styles. Oh my gosh. I think he might go second. People saying the Jets gonna take Arvell Reese, but I don't know. Is Arvell Reese really better than Sonny Styles?
Saints front office earned its respect. They did not panic. They did not overpay for a name that did not fit. They brought back someone who already knows what it means to wear the black and gold. Caden Ellis. 3 years, $33 million, $23 million guaranteed. Drafted by the Saints in the 7th round. Back in 2019, lost to the Atlanta Falcons 3 seasons ago, and now stolen right back from a division rival. That part feels personal. The numbers speak for themselves. Over 100 tackles in each of his last 3 seasons in Atlanta. The fourth.
That boy going back. Well, he got drafted, so is he really a op?
Highest pass rush grade among all linebackers, according to Pro Football Focus. 30 pressures in 2025 alone, which ranked second among all off-ball linebackers, according to Next Gen Stats. 15 more pressures than the next closest player at the position. He is not Demario Davis. That comparison is unfair to both players. But what Ellis brings is a pass rushing element from the linebacker spot that fits perfectly into Brandon
I forgot. We need another cornerback. Speaking on a lot, tag on a lot. We need another cornerback. I wouldn't be mad at Mansour Delaney either. I ain't gonna lie.
Staley's defensive scheme. He is physical, he is productive, and he already knows what it takes to play in the Superdome. Now look at the bigger picture in that room. Pete Werner could become expendable. If they
get rid of Pete Werner ass, please.
Move him after June 1st, the Saints save over $6 million. Danny Stutzman showed real flashes last season and could be the future starter alongside Ellis. The linebacker group is quietly being rebuilt for the long term. But the defense was not the only side of the ball that had one more surprise left, because the Saints also added a weapon that changes how Kellen Moore designs his entire playbook. The Saints tried to get Noah Fant last offseason. They brought him in for a visit, pitched him on the vision, and he chose the Cincinnati Bengals instead. This year, he picked New Orleans. That tells you something changed. The coaching staff did not give up on this player, and the fact that Kellen Moore pushed to bring him in again says everything about how he plans to use him. Fant signed a 2-year deal and now gives this offense a dimension it simply did not have before. A former first-round pick by Denver who has played in Seattle and Cincinnati. This is a tight end who has been in multiple systems and knows how to produce in all of them. 34 receptions, 288 yards, 3 touchdowns last season. Those numbers alone do not blow you away.
What tight end we got? Wait, I'm listening.
It simply did not have before. A former first-round pick by Denver who has played in Seattle and Cincinnati before. Signed a 2-year deal. Says everything about how he plans to use him. That Kellen Moore pushed to bring him in again says staff did not give up on this player. And the fact that Kellen Moore, he chose the Cincinnati Bengals instead.
Oh, Noah Fant. Yeah, I forgot we got Noah Fant. Noah Fant.
Not blow you away. But that is not why this signing matters. What matters is what Fant does to the formation.
Yeah, no offense, my nigga. I wasn't listening.
Fant has logged over 3,000 inline blocking snaps in his career. Johnson sits at around 1,400. That gap is massive. Fant is not just a receiving option. He is a legitimate blocker who strengthens the run
Yeah,
game
yeah.
from a completely different angle than anyone else on this roster. For Tyler Shuck, this means more schematic variety, more pre-snap motion, more mismatches created
I
before the
love how they try and protect that nigga Tyler Shutt though, cause that nigga did have an injury history from college. I hope this nigga don't have no sophomore slump. But I still gotta see Tyler Shutt against better defenses. Cause I ain't
ball
gonna lie, we had a weak ass schedule. I ain't gonna lie, we had an easy schedule.
is even snapped. Moore now has the pieces to evolve this offense into something unpredictable. But all of these additions come with a cost, and that cost might be the most emotional storyline of the entire Saints offseason. This is the part nobody wants to talk about, but everybody is already thinking. Alvin Kamara has been the face of the Saints backfield since 2017. 5 Pro Bowls, thousands of yards, moments that
Gang, Elvin Kamara never had a 1,000 yard season. Cap. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure he's never had a stupid AI, you stupid clinker, my nigga. Pretty sure he never had a stats. Look, he never had 1,000 yards. Dumbass AI robot. Talking about some multiple 1,000 yard seasons. Dumbass clinker.
defined an era. But the signing of Travis Etienne to a $52 million contract sent a signal that echoed across the entire league. Adam Schefter reported that teams are now tracking Kamara's situation, wondering if New Orleans would be willing to move on. The Saints restructured his contract a few days before free agency, using the 50% rule, which does not add any new guaranteed money beyond the $3 million already on the books. That kind of move gives the front office flexibility to part ways if they choose to. And that is the detail that changed the conversation overnight. Kamara turns 31 in July. He played just 11 games last season, rushing for 471 yards with only 1 touchdown. It was the worst statistical year of his career. But numbers do not capture what this man means to New Orleans. He has said publicly, more than once, that he does not want to play for another team. His exact words painted the picture
Yeah, he said he don't want to leave the city. He very tapped in with the city.
of a man who would rather walk away than put on a different uniform. Retirement is genuinely on the table. A trade could bring back a day 3 pick, maybe a 5th rounder at best, but the return would not match the legacy. The Saints could also keep him through training camp and explore options closer to the trade deadline. What we do know is this: ETN is the RB1 now. Kendre Miller might be expendable. Devin Neal showed promise last season, but is still developing. The running back room has a new pecking order. Whatever happens
I'm
with
going with ETN and Devin Neal for the duo. I ain't gonna lie.
Kamara, it deserves nothing but respect. But the Saints are not done building, because the biggest picture of this offseason
We still gotta extend Olave. Like,
has not been fully revealed yet. The Saints restructured Eric McCoy's contract and saved just under $7.5 million against the cap. They added a void year to create breathing room. And they still have options. Carl Granderson could be restructured for over $8 million in savings. Cesar Ruiz could free up over $6 million more. The money is there if the front office wants to make another splash before the draft. This is not a team spending recklessly. This is a team spending with a plan and keeping bullets in the chamber for what comes next. And what should come next is locking up Chris Olave. After Alec Pierce
yeah, we gotta extend Olave.
signed a 4-year, $116 million contract, averaging $29 million per year with Indianapolis, the floor for Chris is already set. He was
Gang, y'all, Indianapolis. uh, What was all the hype behind that Alex Pierce nigga? Why did that y'all get that nigga all that money? What the fuck? Hold on, my nigga. We gotta look at that nigga stats. I saw that nigga had like, that nigga had like 1,000 yards or 40 receptions or some shit. Hold on, my nigga. Whoa, I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. 47. I ain't gonna lie, that's crazy. 47 receptions, 1,000 yards. But uh, uh, like, how much they get? Nigga, look at this thing. 2024, okay, 824 yards, 7 touchdowns. Gang, I would not be surprised if nigga have a down year. Like, y'all paid the nigga too much for 4 year, 114 million gang. And he could have got more money, but he wanted to stay with Indianapolis. I guess, bro.
Always going to make more than $30 million a year. The projection that makes the most sense is 4 years, $132 million total, averaging $33 million per year with around 80
That nigga Olave, injury. He injury prone. I don't know about all that, but
million in guarantees and
he deserved 100 some million though.
incentives baked in. Every week, the Saints wait. The price climbs higher. Getting this done sooner protects the cap and locks in the most talented offensive weapon on the roster for the long haul. Then there is the draft. With the guard signed, a running back signed, and a linebacker signed,
Bro, I think he gonna take a step. Danny Stunman, bro. Any linebacker that got a neck brace, my nigga, I ain't gonna lie, so they be dogs. It's J.J. Watt, Vanderish, nigga used to play for the nigga that used to play for the Cowboys. He had to retire early. Landon Vanderush.
the eighth
I
overall
remember that
pick
nigga.
is now
Wasn't that? I'm pretty sure he was a linebacker, right? I don't think that nigga was a fullback. Leighton Van Der. Yeah, he was a linebacker. Yep. This nigga was cool as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. He had to retire early because of neck injuries. Yeah. Yeah, March 2024.
completely open. Caleb Downs feels like a natural fit. Sonny Styles is worth a long look if he falls.
Yeah, but that nigga Sunday Styles, bro. I don't know if he gonna fall, bro.
Carnell Tate, Mason Lemon, Jordan Tyson, Ruben Bain, all of them are real possibilities because the Saints no longer have to draft for need. They can draft the best player available. John Ridgway quietly re-signed on a 2-year, $6.2 million deal to hold down the interior. Alante Taylor left for the Titans. Rashid Shaheed went back to Seattle. Those losses sting, but the Saints replaced and reloaded at every turn. Overall,
Yeah, Seahawks extended Shaheed. I don't think Seahawks going back to back though. I ain't gonna lie. Y'all lost Kubiak. I don't know. Mitchell comes to Schreiber will do to this. My team looks scary. We come in NFC Rams. I don't care about none of that.